We'd like to say a big thank you to everyone joining us in the studio this evening. If you're excited to be here this evening, can you clap your hands? Clap your hands, celebrate yourself. I want to believe that the people we have in the studio with us today are people who have taken a bold step to make a decision, stay by the decision, and set some goals. Perhaps at the beginning of the year, somebody has said, I actually want to take a step this year to learn a skill that would actually bring about personal transformation as far as I'm concerned. So, and we are glad to be a part of that journey. We are glad to be working with you to fulfill that goal. And if there's also somebody online who has also made up his or her mind this year to do something transformational, to be able to make progress in life, we're also glad to be a part of your journey because that is who we are as the Incubator Hub. So I'm excited to be here this evening. I'm excited to be talking to us about what we do. Let me say, first of all, who we are as an organization, what we do, and why are we doing what we are doing. And the interesting part of it is that what we are doing is actually, we offer free digital education. We train people in digital skills free of charge. And we've done that over the last 10 years, and we are not tired. Somebody say, we are not tired. And trust me, we would not be tired. All right. So, the Incubator Hub is a digital education organization, and our focus is to, within the next 10 years, raise about 10 million Africans who will be empowered with digital skills of different skills. So, you'll be wondering that, digital skills for 10 million young Africans. And so you would ask yourself that why are we doing this? If we show you our scoreboard, in the last 10 years, we've reached over 500,000 people, and we've directly impacted over 250,000 people that have benefited from our trainings, both online and even on site. Within Nigeria, we've gone to about 7 different states where we have, we've taken digital skills to different people across different ethnic groups, different demographics, and we can still assure you that we are not tired. And then across Africa, we've reached virtually all the countries in Africa with our Ladies in Tech Africa program, where we reached about 113 countries, making us one of the largest digital skills organization with one of the largest coverage in the world. And you would be surprised that we have people from where you would not expect in Africa. When we started our Digital Skill Up Africa project, one of the days I was just checking people that are following our LinkedIn posts. So there was a day I saw, a very strange name. If you have seen, an Ethiopian name before, it doesn't look like a Swahili name, it doesn't look Arabic, it's very distinct. So when I saw the name, I'm like, who is this person? So I clicked the name, I saw the name, full name. Then I went to check the person's profile. I saw that the guy is a top banking guy in, one of the biggest banks in Ethiopia. I'm like, okay. I called one of our, our data guys. I said, let me look up this name in our database. And you'll be surprised. The person is actually a student of Digital Skill Up Africa. So that is to tell you how, we have driven digital impact as far as Africa is concerned. And that is just what we know. Our MD CEO, he told us one day, he said in his office, he works in the telecoms, he said, a guy just walked up to him, you're so person. Say yes. Your face is familiar. I've seen you somewhere before. And he said, were you part of the people that organized Future Clan? He said, yes, I'm part of them. He said, I did cybersecurity in Future Clan. I'm actually transitioning from what I do currently in this company into cybersecurity. And he said, trust me, Future Clan actually, made that possible for him. That is, another testimony. And, one of our senior people, he went for vacation in one of the countries in Africa. And, he said, he was at the hotel. He was just enjoying himself. And he said, somebody also walked up to him and said, "Sir, I know your face from somewhere. And you were in redemption camp. I came to learn a digital skill. I saw you. You are this, you are that." And he said, "I did UI UX. And actually, that's what I'm doing today in Rwanda." You see, that's another example. Another example of impact. You see, we can go on and on and on and begin to tell you about, our impact, about what we are doing. You see, we would not leave this place today if we should, pick the examples one after the other. Is it those who have started their own startups? Is it those that we know that are working outside the country, those are working in Canada, those are in the US, and in different parts of the world? So that brings me to, why are we doing what we are doing? If you look at Africa and Nigeria, we have one of the highest youth population globally, people who are under 20 years old. So the idea for us is, number one, we have one of the highest rates of unemployment in the world. We're actually competing with Asia, as a continent. So the idea is, if we have one of the highest rates of unemployment in Africa, in the world generally, and statistics is telling us that by 2030, about 230 jobs will be created, in the digital economy. Meaning that about 230 million, digital skills will be required to be filled up in different organizations across Africa by the year 2030. How many years away is 2030? That's about 5 years away. So what that means is that if 230 million jobs will be created, it means that about 230 million people will have to be trained for us to be able to meet up with that. So that is to tell you that we're actually filling a major gap. So what that tells us is that even if we do it free of charge, even if sometimes it takes a whole lot for us to make things happen, we're actually encouraged, we're actually excited doing it because we know that what we are doing is actually changing a lot of lives. If I tell you about the testimonies of young folks who came for our trainings, who are today the breadwinners of their families, not just the fact that they got married, they have children, their entire lineage. So that is to tell you that digital education is one of the biggest tools that can bring about poverty eradication. That takes me to the second point. We have, I'm not proud to say this, but it is what it is. They said we overtook India as the poverty capital of the world, I think about a year or two ago. How many of us are aware of that? That we're actually one of the poorest countries in the world. It is not it's not an interesting statistics. It's not something exciting to talk about. But the truth is, we cannot sulk. We can't, see those problems and then, we just complain, we gloss over it, and then that's the end. We believe that if we can continuously train at least 100,000 people annually, within the next 3-5 years, we would have reached at least 500,000 people. Our belief is that part of those 500,000 people that we are training will also take up initiatives to train other people within their own spheres of influence. Because somebody will ask me, how are we going to reach 10 million people in 10 years? Because that would mean averagely we have to train 1 million people in 1 year. So we are looking at a chain value, a multiplier effect of impact, where if you as a stakeholder or as a beneficiary of our training, either in graphics design, video editing, cybersecurity, you can actually create a community around yourself where you are multiplying what we have given to you. So that within the next 10 years, we can even surpass that target that we have set for ourselves. We're actually coming up with a community to this effect so that we can measure the impact that you are making as somebody who will be an ambassador to us at the Incubator Hub. And then going forward, we have looked at the fact that there's actually a need for us to create a system that continuously ensures that there's a handshake between the people we have trained, who have actually gone ahead, and the people that are just coming up. So that's why we have created a community that I just mentioned. So in the next few weeks or months, we're going to roll out the community plan, and we expect all of us to sign up. And then, as far as we are concerned as an organization, we have also looked at the fact that it is not enough for us to train people. It is also good that after training you, we also provide opportunities for you to learn, to gain experience, so that you can also go for jobs that can get you employed, so that you're not just learning. If I do a quick survey now and I say, who did Future Clan here? I'm sure some people will raise up their hand. You did Future Clan and you registered for LITA. Can I see your hand? I'll see some people. You did LITA, you did Future Clan, you did DSA. Can I see your hand up? I'm sure a couple of people will put up their hands. That could also be, a pointer to the fact that is it not just that people are just learning, and they are not applying what they are learning. So we also have a solution for that, where we are currently building a partnership with startups and different organizations across Nigeria and around the world, such that people that have come for our training can actually be onboarded as interns to gain, hands-on experience, so that they can be able to grow vertically in the skills that they've learned. So these and so much more are the things that we are doing as an organization. And we believe that, we can actually set up a restaurant. And we say, oh, we offer free food. You should come and eat. The food can be there. It is up to you to come in, take a seat, and, perhaps it's a buffet. All you have to do is pick up a spoon and serve yourself. That's exactly what it looks like what we are doing. It's like we are serving you, digital skills a la carte. It's free of charge. It's like a buffet. But it takes you to have the grit. It takes you to have the energy to learn, to grow, and, to make something big, something great out of what we are giving to you. And let me close on this note. This is what I like to say everywhere I go to, that when the first industrial revolution came, we were probably under the slave, there was slave trade, they were busy shipping our people to plantations in Europe, America, and everywhere, as slaves. When we had the second industrial revolution, we were under the colonial masters. So we were not active players. We were not even given the opportunity to play any role. When the third industrial revolution came, several of our countries had emerged from colonization. And, we're just building nations. We're just building our various countries at that particular point in time. So we were not key players. But today, we are big-time consumers of the technologies that were created in the first industrial revolution, second, and third. Our mobile phones, the internet, everything we are so used to today, things we love, the apps and all of those things, they are products of, the third industrial revolution. Now, the fourth industrial revolution is here. And, like I used to say, that the barrier to entry for first, second, and third are very high. But the barrier to entry, as far as the fourth industrial revolution is concerned, is your mobile phone and internet access. So, that is also what we have brought to you. That all you have to bring to the table is your plate, your spoon, and a very big appetite to learn. And trust me, if you have those things in place, we are ready to serve you, like I said once again, a la carte. So thank you for joining us this evening. You are going to have an exciting time.